It's a really nice blue, and his tux is like going to match perfectly with the lace around the middle part of it. And it's just adorable. And now you're watching Media News with Comic Book Man and JR. Yeah, the shoes I'm still confused on. I don't know what I'm going to get.
Media News, episode 72. If a carbuncle should howl.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to my video outhouse. It's time once again for Media News. And joining me in the outhouse for Media News, as always, is
good old JR.
And Media News is coming to you from the video outhouse, which is located at Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood.
Yes.
Alternate Reality, where all new comics are 15% off every day for everyone, including folks like you and
the Green Hole. Oh man, that's
You have a
loud.
beautiful singing voice.
Yeah.
Enough of that crap. It's enough of that crap.
Why'd you bring it with you?
What were those lyrics again?
JR's
What?
got He's got some Green Hornet news.
All right, now I'm a fan of the Green Hornet.
Everybody's a fan of the Green Hornet because it's a really cool character.
I like me some Kato.
Yeah.
And you know, when we heard they were making a motion picture, we thought, wow, it's about time somebody made a motion picture of it.
Yeah.
Then Sony decided to hire some people that really don't fit in with the whole concept of the Green Hornet, like a director like Michael Gondry, who makes wacky little comedies, and then Seth Rogen, who makes wacky little comedies. and who's like 50 pounds overweight. And
He lost weight.
He lost weight for the role. So they made this movie, and then Sony said, you know, it's going to come out in summertime.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And Dynamite Comics, okay, planned their Green Hornet releases around it originally being released in the summertime.
And then the rushes started to come in, and Sony went, maybe it'll come out at Christmas time. Christmas might be the better place for this movie.
Now Dynamite Comics has the trade paperbacks ready for winter time.
Yes, right in time for the release of the film.
Yeah,
like
around
the trade
Christmas.
paperback. You don't have to get an issue. You could get the whole book and read it.
So it's coming out Christmas, right? It'll be a big Christmas release.
And then they put together a cut of the film, and Sony went, maybe it'll come out on Martin Luther King Day Jr. weekend. In January, right at the end of January, when loads of people like to go to the movies.
JR.
Yeah.
That's when you dump movies.
Well, here's the thing.
Christmas is over with by the time Martin Luther King Day comes around.
The rumor
Christmas is done.
Sony looked at the finished product.
That's like releasing a film in October saying we're having a summer release. No, you're not.
Sony looked at the finished product and went,
really?
Yeah. Yeah, and the rumor is there's extensive reshoots going on.
Oh, that's always a good sign.
And here's the other end of the thing.
Yes.
Okay, it's coming out Martin Luther King Day Jr. weekend, which is a prime holiday. People go on big vacations that weekend. They're also not only reshooting big chunks of the film,
yes,
but they're retooling the film. Are you ready, Comic Book Man?
They're retooling.
You guys are ready.
You
know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Retooling how?
In that tired old technology of...
what?
The third dimension.
You mean 3D?
Yes. In an effort to squeeze every penny out of that opening weekend, they're going to release this thing in 3D, so you don't pay $10 to see it. You pay $15 to see it. And then they win the opening weekend and say, look how wonderfully well the Green Hornet did. And then in the second weekend, when it makes $10 and nobody goes there.
Maybe they meant 3 theaters.
Yeah, it'll be in 3 theaters.
Then it's pretty much over with. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The Green Hornet the word is that Sony considers the film a disaster.
A disaster. Great.
Yes.
You know, that's wonderful. I mean, the Green Hornet's got so much potential. He was just sitting out. You know, the sad thing is the Green Hornet's been sitting out there for so long. Nobody's done anything with him. And now he's going to be reintroduced to the public after everybody has these rosy glows of Van Williams and Bruce Lee from the TV series. And people are waiting. It's palpable. People wanting to see a Green Hornet film. This thing's going to come out and everyone's going to go, he always sucked. Green Hornet always sucked.
The biggest problem that Sony seems to have, and this is all rumor, is that it's played for laughs.
They played
for laughs.
They screwed it up in the producing end.
And why they didn't know that from the word go, and they just didn't retool it from the word go, I don't know, but that's where it stands right now.
Okay. Moving on. We've got more indie comic news, and by the way, this is an all comic book media news segment of the Outhouse. I really got to get around to mentioning that at the top of the show. This is an all comic book media news.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We call it a tease.
It's all right. It's okay.
I give Bo crap all the time for not doing segues, and I forget that.
We're very loosey-goosey here in the media news.
What's up? We got Dark Horse. Dark Horse has got a couple of properties. Dark Horse has got a couple of properties heading your way.
Yeah, Mark Hamill did a comic book. He wrote a comic book. Maybe was this 15 years ago?
No, not that far back, but a while back. Yeah,
called the Black Pearl.
Yeah,
and it's not the ship from Pirates of the Caribbean. So don't get yourself.
It was a superhero thing.
Was it? I never read it, so
Yeah, it
you
was
would
a
know more
superhero
about
thing.
that than
It
I
was a
did.
superhero thing.
Well, it's coming to the big screen as a moderately budgeted film, from what I understand, which is under the $50 million range.
Yeah.
Mark is not only involved in this film from a supervisory aspect, since it's his character,
Yeah.
he will be directing the
Oh.
film as well.
Well,
So
good for him.
I think this is
Good
his
for him.
first shot, too, at directing a film.
When he was riding high doing the voiceover work on the Joker for the Batman the Animated Series, that's when he released Black Pearl.
Which would be in the 90s.
Yeah, mid
Yeah.
to late 90s. He was still doing that in Batman Beyond too.
Yeah.
Remember he did,
He
the
did
Joker
the
in at
Joker
least
thing
one
in
of those.
that, too.
It was excellent.
Yeah.
Over on the Image side of things, though, on the Image side, we've got
Yes.
some Wanted 2 news.
Yeah, there's been some waffling in the Wanted realm. There was going to be a sequel. Angelina Jolie, we reported this. She pulled out, and then the producer said, if she's out, we're not making a movie. Then Mark Millar said, no, that's not true. We are going to make a movie. It's been thrown onto Kristen Stewart's lap right now, the Twilight girl. She's
Oh.
been offered the role of the Angelina Jolie character or an Angelina Jolie-like character. And she goes, yes.
Will she be able to make bullets curve around
Oh,
corners?
of course she will. Of course she will.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So we're all
It's always good to have a job
You
skill.
can climb
Yeah, we're
stairs and
all-
make cookies, too.
yeah, all aching for a Wanted sequel, by the way.
Over on the DC side of things, we have one DC story, and that involves Lobo
Yeah,
not happening.
not happening. Yes, there's been some adverse reaction to The Losers, which you can read my review of at the
You
website.
loved it. You loved it.
Yes, Bizarro, I did.
I loved it when it ended. I could go
And
home.
already the response,
JRM loved Bizarro very much.
not only the response to that, but which, by the way, as we speak, I just saw the box office numbers. The Losers will be opening in 4th place this weekend.
Whoops.
Yeah, and the already response from the studio on Jonah Hex, which supposedly is
Been on the shelf.
yeah, it's been on the shelf and not so good. The Lobo adaptation has been scrapped.
Oh.
Another reason was Guy Ritchie, who was going to direct Lobo, has
Yeah.
moved on to greener pastures and
Oh,
is
good for
no longer interested. So I think without him being on board, that's going to sit somewhere for a while until somebody else is interested.
Last story we've got. The last story we've
last
got is a Marvel story about Sam Jackson and what he's not going to be doing.
Sam Jackson's been in every Marvel movie ever
has.
since Iron Man, and there's one he's not.
He wasn't in Hulk. He wasn't in Hulk.
He wasn't at the end of. Oh no.
No, that was
that's
Tony
true.
Stark.
That's
Tony Stark
was
show.
at the end. He will not be in the Thor movie.
Why not?
They asked him that, and he said, "You'll have to ask the people making the Thor movie."
Well, somebody get Mr. Branagh on the line.
Yes, Kenneth Branagh, calling Kenneth Branagh.
Why is he in the movie?
He's not in the
They won't
movie.
say.
I mean, I don't know how much of it takes place. I mean, a lot of this is supposed to be in Asgard.
Yeah.
So unless Nick Fury shows up in Asgard somehow,
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. I mean, they shoehorn at the very end, at the tail
They
end of
could.
the credits, they shoe in a 2-minute thing.
it's very early in
and
the
it
production of
doesn't much matter.
Thor. Marvel may decide, let's throw a scene in over the ending credits or something. Who knows? But as of right now, Sam says he's not in Thor. But what does he care? He's the star of the Avengers.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard that somewhere before. Okay, that's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. We got no more comic book media news, but you can read more at the store's website. And where's the store's website at? Sarah knows.
Stop it.
All this nonsense continues at www.myalternatereality.com.
And stop off at the store's website. Check out all the news that Bo gives me to post up for the media. And this guy's reviews
Yeah.
of different movies like Kick-Ass
Oh, wait till you
and
read that
like
one.
Losers
Save us some
and,
money.
and like many, many other films. Until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And it's JR.
saying, don't forget to see us in 3D. Bye.
Didn't mean to hurt.
This month's Hero of the Month sale at Alternate Reality is...
I am Iron Man.
and War Machine and Natasha Romanoff. I hear there's a movie coming out for the three of them. Anyway, if you stop down at the store all this month, 25% off all of my Iron Man trades, all my War Machine trades, all my Natasha Romanoff trades, whether they're Masterworks, whether they're soft covers, whether they're hardcovers, every trade I've got in the store, 25% off all month long. Now, some of you might be wondering, who's Natasha Romanoff? I saw her in the movie, but who is she? Black Widow. 25% off all month long here at Alternate Reality.